The worst manga chapter ever is from the manga Rent a Girlfriend. If you haven't heard of this, you honestly live under a rock because it has been known to be the worst anime of all time, considered by many. Anyways, the chapter we are going to talk about is the infamous chapter 218, which in the chapter, Kazuya, the main character, had thought he had got dumped by a girl he's been going after. And, instead of picking himself up and dating the literal girl who said she loves him, instead he daydreams about the girl who dumped him getting her pussy absolutely destroyed by a guy he thinks she likes. And to top it all off, he gets a whole boner in the pool. I will give you a minute to think about that. So, yeah, and it only gets worse. This is just a theory, but it is said that the author did this because he had a thing for Chizuru, the main girl. It's theorized this way because the guy smashing her in the chapter wears a beret in a panel. Now you might be asking, well, what does that have to do with anything, Ginger Ale? Well, essentially, manga artists often wore berets while making their art and such to keep the hair from falling and getting in their way. Umi, the guy smashing her, never wore a beret throughout the series. Yikes. Anyways, this chapter has been put through multiple memes and such and has only grown to be known as the worst manga chapter ever. Now, in my opinion, it is the worst chapter ever, and I laughed my ass off while reading it. Of course, you could argue there are worse chapters, but in my opinion, this one has been titled the worst chapter just because of how big it has grown. Even people who haven't read or even heard of the series know about Kazuya getting a boner in the pool. Now, personally, I actually enjoyed Rent a Girlfriend throughout 100 or so chapters. I thought it was really good for a certain point, and then this chapter happened. Now, don't get me wrong, it was not compared to other good rom-coms like Bunny no Senpai and Love is War, but I think it was decent enough that it could be called its own series until this chapter happened. The chapters I'm talking about happened after the anime, and I don't know if they're going to be adapted in season 2. But yeah, that's why Rent a Girlfriend chapter 218 is the worst possible manga chapter.